Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp here. So with new formats, with Standard and Wild, talked about coming out, I kind of, started wondering about some of the cards that I might miss. Obviously, I'm going to be playing the Standard format because I think it's really cool to have most of the GVG and most of the Naxx cards get the hell out of my format so I could enjoy slower decks. Hopefully. Depending on what the expansion will bring. But in any case, out of those cards that if you choose to play this format you will no longer see, there are a few that, one would miss. And, I think the first one that comes to mind is Loatheb. Loatheb is just, in my opinion, just one of the best, maybe the best card in the game, the best design card in the game. It doesn't feel overpowered, but it kind of is overpowered in a lot of situations. It's not like broken, it's not an auto-include in every deck. It creates such a unique effect, and it's just so cool. And the game not having Loatheb, I think, is actually going to be a slightly worse one. That's why I've been an advocate to try to maybe move Loatheb into the classic or basic set, so, we can actually experience Loatheb anytime we want, in any format we want. But there is another card that I will very dearly miss. And, I have had actually conflicting opinions on this card. It's the Death Lord. I've had some conflicting opinions on this card in the past. I've changed my mind about this card for, over the years, over playing it many, many times. Originally, and I was pretty safe in making this assumption that this card was a complete piece of crap, because when Arena was mostly dominated by mid-range and control decks, what it really did is give a tempo opportunity for your opponent. There was also quite a lot of priests in Arena back then, and it basically just became the card that you would play, it would die, and then you would lose the game because you couldn't deal with what came out of it. But the game these days is a very different one in this regard, where decks are much more one-dimensional and constructed. So, if you play constructed against an aggressive deck, basically the whole deck is just aggressive minions. So all of them are going to jump into Deathlord. Deathlord's going to slay like 2, 3, maybe 4 of them. And then they're going to get another one, but that other one that they get is going to be pretty terrible. We don't really have like the full spectrum, the full curved out decks. We do a few with like Druid and a few other classes, but generally we don't. And we have a few more buffs that work out. We see Deathlord played in Priest decks and constructed. And we see Deathlord played in a ton of mill and fatigue decks in constructed, because not only does it provide that super cool body to just, stop the aggression from face decks, but it also creates this alternate type of card that is just kind of dumb and annoying, but allows you to remove a minion from your opponent's deck while at the same time stalling the game a little bit. And this has allowed mill and fatigue decks to really actually materialize. The mill and fatigue decks are very difficult to actually function without this card. Having that one card disadvantage and that wall, that thing in the way to put you in the later stages of the game somewhat safely, not having that is a really big deal. And also in Arena, the card has changed quite a bit. It was always the card you'd play and lose the game because you played it. It was much worse in Arena than it was in Constructed in the past, because Deathlord would sometimes be good, sometimes be bad in Constructed, but when you were trying to win in Constructed, and you were pretty happy with like a 55% win rate, like a 60% win rate, you could get Legend with that win rate very easily, right? But this is not the same for Arena. So what the card did is, you'd lose maybe a third of the time just because you played this card and had a really shitty outcome. But when that happened in the Arena, what that would mean is your win rate would suffer drastically. So it didn't really have that going for it. But these days in Arena, and in the at least recent past, there's been a big push towards decks not actually running big minions. They run either cards with Inspire that are mid-range bodies, or cards that discover other cards that are also mid-range bodies. So it's so much more unlikely that you're going to play a Deathlord, have it die, and then your opponent's going to get like a 7/7 minion. It just doesn't happen that way. These days in Arena, instead of like a Paladin picking a 7/7 minion, they're going to pick like a Keeper of Uldaman and just not have a 7/7. I mean, that would be the replacement. And because of that, Deathlord is actually terrific these days in Arena. So it's a little bit sad. And I wanted to kind of make this video, show you guys the unsung hero of Naxx, you know, the ode to the Deathlord. And show you guys, you know, one of the disadvantages, and in my opinion, one of the very few disadvantages to having a standard format rule Hearthstone. So, hope you guys enjoy the clips. Hope you guys, you know, reminisce a little bit, and maybe you guys can tell me what cards you might miss as well with GVG and Naxxramas exiting the standard. Check out the clips. Hope you enjoy them, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
He's on 5 mana, right? So he can just play whatever he gets there.
Death does not scare me.
Really? I would not have gone with that. That is very interesting. Yeah. Exactly. That is not how I would play Deathlord personally. You know, I think I would pick every other 3-drop in the game over Deathlord. And then if I did pick Deathlord, I certainly wouldn't have played it there.
My fate is sealed.
Fuck me! That's game. I made a last moment decision to kill the Shredder and got obliterated by RNG. Replacing shield block with bash. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Rip in peace monkey business. Yeah, I kinda want to Geddon, but again, it's not a good Geddon.
Maybe.
3-card differential. That's pretty high. It's never a good Geddon in this one. Damn, Gorhal. Haven't been as fortunate to draw on weapons as he has. Basically have to keep passing here. I can't really afford to play cards and waste them in this matchup. I basically need my own Gorhal or Death's Bite. No, the healbot just dies to the weapon, so it's not really worth playing. I might play it if I'm on 10 cards, but that's basically the only time. There it is. I think he's just playing standard Reno Warrior with threats, so...
That belongs in
Oh my god, really? Well, that is not worth the card draw. I'd much rather that just not happen. I could mill 2. I'd lose my burst though, which is pretty bad. I think I'd just rather do this. I think I need my burst to win, because the card differential's the main thing that I do have. Plus, if I pick up a brand next turn, it should be totally crazy.
Welcome to the Grand Tournament, champion.
Yeah. Did he just misplay or what? Alright, give me a brand and we're golden. Damn it. I think I have to do it to try to get like a death fight or something. Next card. Where did I drop a slam? That's bullshit. Lost the BGH, that's pretty useless though. Alright, well it might not be useless because I might do the golden monkey thing. 4 cards ahead is a pretty big deal. Why not shield block? Well, if I knew it was the next card I would have shield blocked. I didn't know that. Do it. Not a horrible idea, honestly. I think I'd rather just play one at a time. I just have so many threats that I think it's fine. I think if I play one minion at a time,
What now?
he just doesn't have any way of dealing with it all. Yeah, Varian is useless.
What now?
Well, maybe not. Could play him. He has a brawl, so if it's just one minion at a time, can't really do much. Alex is useless now versus Reno. Well, it might help me push for lethal, so I wouldn't call it useless, no. What's the 6th drop?
I dream and the world
Let's trade
burns.
Prince Gallowix, man.
Almost out of cards.
Oh, holy fuck.
Who be the war chief now?
Dream isn't bad, it does remove a card. Oh, damn.
I'm out of cards. It's hammer time. Hey pal, trade Prince Gallowix here. Back to work. Prepare yourselves for the ultimate test. I'm gonna downsize you.
We need to do this to play around Brawl a little bit better.
I have no time for games.
How much damage is he taking? 5. So he's gonna take 6. So he's at 19. 5 Alistraza. 13. I don't have it yet. Deathwing. It's pretty funny. I don't know how to deal with that though. It is a tricky one.
I'm gonna downsize you. I will not hold back.
If I do Alex face, he's just gonna Reno. Doesn't do anything. Can only Alex face when it comes to killing him. Taken 7. And plus there's quite a lot.
I'm gonna downsize. I will not hold back.
No, it wasn't lethal. Well, he has to do something. How much damage is he taking? 7. Oh,
Where's my cat?
oh I get a brawl. Thanks. That's good. It's the shittiest one. I really want to armor. Nah, I don't really like the Deathwing idea, dude.
Time for show.
Let the dawn
Okay, that was a big 50-50. I think he has like an execute left, so Deathwing doesn't really work.
We're gonna be rich.
There's the Reno. That's a misplay. Should have attacked my minion first. Oh, he's probably just giving up. How much damage is that? 8. So we're gonna take 9. So if I do 10 damage, he's dead. Okay, he's dead.
I bring life.
Job's done.
Rip. If it is Reno lock, we can only win if we mill Jiraxis, or if we get astonishingly lucky, which hasn't happened yet in that matchup. But I have milled Jiraxis in a ton of these games. Don't play constructed, just sitting here 15 minutes would be better. Really? I know some people like seeing me play constructed. I probably need like a new deck, but this has been like one of my favorite decks ever, so I have played it to death, really. Like, 100 games for me with one deck. Probably is a record. I think it is a record. I think it's the most games I've ever played one deck. Minesweeper. Alright, I'll do one Minesweeper after this game. We'll satisfy everybody. That's probably not gonna work. Yeah, we can try it though. If it's Reno lock, he only has 3 answers, right? So it could work. Oh, I wasn't aware of that one. Okay. Maybe he'll pass. Good. Tap. Tap, my friend. Okay. GH. Dark Bomb. Dark Peddler. Molten Giant. Alright. We didn't get Jiraxxus or Reno, but we got Molten. That's pretty good.
Made to fit.
That sucks.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Okay. Double bomb on the armor smith.
I can take the hit.
I know some of these warlocks run ooze, right? So Gorehowl could actually be a little bit problematic. What the fuck is that?
Race for impact.
Well, he doesn't have a big game hunter, so have fun with my Geddon. Yeah, we're actually doing really well. As long as we can end the turn with a minion, he can't Jiraxxus.
I can take the hit.
Playing Tempo Fatigue Warrior now. Am I getting like PO'd and then Shadow Flamed or something ridiculous?
My shield for Argus.
Race for impact.
Six cards. As long as we can keep up the pressure. Even if he Jiraxxus, if he's on fatigue, then we can still win. So we just need to keep up the pressure, like 6 more turns or so. That might be a bit hard to do now.
Race for impact.
It's not very good.
Back to work.
It's probably gonna get dark bombed.
Engaging TC-130 into dislocator.
Jiraxxus, 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 Jiraxxus. Era Lord of the Burning Legion. Yes! Winner! Get fucked! Oh, I'm so happy we played this game. Win conditions. Gone. Well, all you have to do is chant his name and it works. I have been extraordinarily lucky today, there's no doubt about that.
I'm almost out of cards.
think there's any way he can bounce it back to his hand? Because we have to try to avoid that from happening.
Shields up.
Excuse me.
I mean, he only has 4 cards. How the fuck can he win? Yeah, we did that attack in case it did win, and then we had to execute it. Turns out it won, and then we had to execute it, so...
Need you to master.
It's not a big deal here.
It's hammer time. Now you will pay.
Pain felt. Like, he might have a mountain giant. Oh. Pretty good, I guess.
Back to work. Gotcha.
Do you have the artifact?
Well, these last few cards have been pretty good, but he's a lot more than just high stats on a bunch of useless minions that I have answers to. What could those cards be? He hasn't conceded yet, right? If it's a mountain giant, it's no longer playable, right?
You win this time.
Okay. Alright, that was totally worth it.